the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. We are waking up to some cloudy and muggy conditions out there, and then through the afternoon, we are tracking some showers, so definitely keep it here. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Brittany. And coming up on DC News Now this Saturday morning, make way for the new owner. A deal has officially been reached to sell the Washington Commanders to the Josh Harris Group. We've got all the coverage of every angle of this sale, from how we got here, what could come next for the team, and how fans are taking the news. Plus, heartbreak at a local high school after a teenager was violently killed outside of an elementary school. Hear how his classmates are planning to honor him. And later, the cost of keeping a vehicle is on the rise. We are helping you get the best bang for your buck when you bring your car to the shop. But of course, every weekend in the morning, we start off with a live look outside this Saturday. It is pretty, looks a little hazy. We are in for a wet holiday weekend. So if you have errands to run, do it right now, because Brittany Ward says scattered storms are expected in our area throughout most of the day. Good morning, though. I am happy to have you here with me and Brittany. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tosin Fakile. Brittany, before we get to our top stories and our news for the day, people just want to know, okay, it's going to rain. How much rain are we talking, and how long will it be here?
You know, we are not going to be seeing lots of rain, Tosin. We're talking about maybe 1/4 of an inch to about 1/2 inch of rain. So overall, those totals will be on the lighter side. We just got to deal with these scattered showers. And it's also going to be a muggy day out there, so be mindful of that. Radar showing you the overall picture. We have this really weak cold front that is off to our north. That's going to dip down as we head into our afternoon. Could possibly hear some rumbles of thunder, but those showers we saw earlier this morning in Hagerstown and Frederick move out. They're currently now in York and Lancaster, PA. Still dealing with some lighter showers, though, as you head into the eastern panhandle of West Virginia and Western Maryland, but the I-95 corridor and the Beltway currently dry, but temperatures right now are on the warmer side. We have warmed up here in DC. 71 currently is the temperature. 67 though as you head over there to Hagerstown. 62 in Martinsburg. You factor in those dew point temperatures though, they are slowly rising, which makes it give us that little muggy feeling when you are stepping out the door. This will be the trend throughout the entire day today, but the good news is for Mother's Day, we are tracking drier conditions and less humidity. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a look at that forecast, Tosin, in just a bit.
Looking forward to that, Brittany. Thank you. All right, we will start your Saturday talking football, and that's because the Washington Commanders have reached a monumental milestone this week. A deal has been reached to sell the team to the Josh Harris Group. The price tag, roughly $6 billion. The deal comes months after owner Dan Snyder hired investment bankers to explore a sale of the team. The league owners still have to vote to make the deal official. Snyder and the Commanders have been subjects of recent probes by both the House Oversight Committee and the NFL for sexual harassment and financial misconduct. While the current owners, Dan Snyder and his wife, released a statement on the sale, they say, quote, "We are very pleased to have reached an agreement for the sale of the Commanders franchise with Josh Harris, an area native, and his impressive group of partners." It goes on to say, quote, "We look forward to the prompt completion of this transaction and to rooting for Josh and the team in the coming years." Well, as for soon-to-be owner, possibly Josh Harris, he is no stranger to owning professional sports teams. In addition to soon owning the Commanders, Harris is a majority owner of the NBA's Philadelphia Sixers and NHL's New Jersey Devils. Meantime, there are ongoing efforts to move the Commanders' home stadium. The team's lease at FedEx Field ends in 3 years. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser jumping into that conversation, tweeting this when that news of the sale broke. Name changed? Check. New owner? Check. New home at RFK. But D.C. isn't the only option when FedEx Field's lease expires in just a few years. There's also a push to move the team into Virginia. As our Max Marcilla reports, one local official says bringing the Commanders to the Commonwealth is about way more than who signs the checks.
A reinvigorated push to bring the Washington football franchise to its neighbors in Virginia. Now with Dan Snyder soon to be out of the picture, state and local lawmakers will have decisions to make.
And that means that we can go back to discussing it objectively about it being an economic development opportunity.
Reed and Delegate Luke Torian sent a letter to Governor Glenn Youngkin earlier this month. In it, they laid out 6 recommendations they have for the Virginia Football Stadium Authority, including protecting Virginia taxpayers, requiring project labor agreements so it's built on time and on budget, and environmental protections.
These are the things that I think are essential for us to be able to have a good deal for Virginia, whether or not the stadium is going to be in Loudoun or Prince William or in some other place.
Reed said he would want to see a final plan before determining if any tax dollars aside from those created from the project would be used. Opponents don't want any public funds to go toward the next stadium, plus concerns about traffic. But we took this question to Metro riders. After all, that's a big reason why Loudoun believes it's a contender. It's a small sample size, but there's some excitement.
I think that's where the next big thing should be.
We're kind of fed up with a lot of data centers, and we don't have that much entertainment going on. So I think it should be based in Virginia, and it should be good for the economy, not gonna lie.
Well, you can tell that Commanders fans they feel one way or the other about the team. That was our Max Marcilla reporting. One other thing, Delegate Reed is pushing for a safeguard for that land where the stadium sits in case the team wants to move in 20 or 30 years. He says he doesn't want that land to go to waste and to have a repeat of the situation at RFK. Well, we are also hearing from Maryland Governor Wes Moore on the sale. A statement from his office says, quote, the Commanders have called Prince George's County home for 25 years, and Governor Moore is committed to continuing his long-standing partnership. The statement goes on to say, quote, the Moore-Miller administration congratulates the new owners and looks forward to continuing conversations with the Commanders about our vision for the future of the team in Maryland. All right, well, coming up in our next half hour, we hear from people living in the district as they give their opinion on the sale and outgoing owner Dan Snyder. So stay tuned for that. All right, switching gears now. New details this morning on a new ruling from a Virginia federal judge. That judge ruled that banning people under 21 from buying firearms is unconstitutional. Now, while that ruling will not go into effect until the judge issues a final order on it, this opens the gates for more gun restrictions to be struck down by other states. The Justice Department has yet to comment on the ruling, but it is likely to appeal the order. Over in Prince George's County, some developing news now. A high school student in that county, well, the county is dealing with high school in that tragedy. On Thursday, a Dr. Henry A. Wise high school senior was shot and killed outside an elementary school in Forestville. It is the third time in just 3 months the school in Upper Marlboro has mourned a loss. And as our Yamari Sase reports, the latest victim was already tied to a previous tragedy.
Today was supposed to be Kendall Batson's last day of school before crossing that graduation stage in the next few weeks. Many parents and students tell me that they're heartbroken about losing another student from the Wise Puma community, especially to senseless gun violence.
It was a couple people sad, but we try to keep our heads held high, you know.
The halls of Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School was not the same after losing yet another student just days before graduation.
We're graduating for him, but we're going to keep his name alive, definitely.
18-year-old Kendall Batson was shot and killed on Thursday outside the Forestville Elementary School. Now, back in March, a car accident took the life of another Wise student, Kaylee Haygood. Police tell us Batson was the driver and they were both on their way to school.
I just think it's so unfair that life is just taken away from them at the drop of a dime. It's really sad.
Also in March, another Wise student was shot and killed in Upper Marlboro. Many parents say the senseless gun violence is hitting too close to home.
I think that parents can do a little bit more. You know what I mean? It starts at home, because when your kids are not in your sight, you have no idea what can happen, you know?
In a letter to parents, the school principal says they are offering counseling services to anyone that needs it during this troubling time. And as for the investigation into Batson's murder, family members say it was a carjacking, but police say that's still under investigation. And right now they have no motives or any suspects. For now, reporting in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. To another school district in Fairfax County. This time, public schools, they're reviewing its drugs policies amid the national opioid crisis. The approved proposal directs the superintendent to conduct a review of all regulations and policies. Now, this would ensure the school division is addressing illicit drug use. It also requires the superintendent to make sure the school system is meeting the academic, social, and emotional needs of students in recovery from substance abuse disorder.
Our schools must provide students and families with the knowledge and resources they need to make healthy decisions. Education and intervention are our best weapons for combating substance abuse and the threat of fentanyl.
Well, Carl, who you just heard from, went on to say that every student in recovery has the potential to create a future of hope and possibility. He says anyone in recovery will tell you that having the right support can make all the difference. All right, don't expect much of a difference in the weather from what you're seeing right now. Brittany, is that right?
Yeah, you know, we are dealing with the clouds right now here in the nation's capital, but some locations actually saw some showers today. Take a look at radar. We saw some showers there in Cumberland and even Winchester early this morning, and then kind of just zooming into the overall picture, dealing with those showers there as you head over there to Cumberland. But we start to see drier conditions as we head into our Mother's Day, and overall it's shaping out to be a very nice forecast. Temperatures still in the mid 70s, and we're going to be dealing with less humid conditions, so keep it here. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.